With the rise of popularity with esports and mobile gaming, gaming smartphones have really become very popular lately, not just for gamers, but also for the average consumer. Now, gaming smartphones usually focus on performance, and that's where producers can just kind of ignore the more shallow aspects like camera or weight and stuff like that, and really focus on the performance specs. For the first half of 2019, we've already seen some very big gaming smartphones released, like the Xiaomi Black Shark 2, the Nubia Red Magic 3, and even the Vivo IQ. As we thought that those were the big champions for 2019, actually, Xiaomi surprised us with the Black Shark 2 Pro, and from the gaming market we have the ROG Phone 2 as well. So now we really need to reconsider who are the best gaming smartphones in the market for this year. So, a refreshed competition is coming between the Xiaomi Black Shark 2 Pro and the ROG Phone 2. Let's see who's the best. Both smartphones have a very distinct design, keeping a very kind of like hardcore gaming style appearance with very straight lines, very cool lines in the back, RGB lights, metal and glass frames, and very strong side fillets, so you really have a nice handling feeling when you're holding it, a nice grip to play with. For the size comparison, the ROG Phone 2 is a bit bulkier, with which you can also have a larger battery of 6000 mAh and a larger 6.59-inch display. For the size aspect, there is no optimum solution, but more about individual preference with compromise. You will afford either a bulky console in the pocket but get larger battery and display, or lighter weight but weaker endurance and smaller display. Let's look at the front face. They both have a symmetric face with a non-notch display and dual speakers. For the Black Shark 2 Pro, the new rear design gives consideration to both good cooling effect and comfortable hand feeling through the composition of metal and glass, while the ROG Phone 2 uses the unique ROG Strix to achieve a centralized heat conduction. The heat conduction ensures a safe area for hand holding when users play games. Therefore, users probably won't realize the heat and are able to continuously play games for a long time, although their highest temperature both reach over 45 degrees when gaming. If we only review these two displays with a normal way for flagships, such as color reproduction and resolution, there won't be anything special. The same 1080p resolution AMOLED display with the same contrast and color management. Probably a few differences of color deviation caused by different display suppliers. For example, the ROG Phone 2 supports 10-bit HDR display, and the Black Shark 2 Pro uses Samsung Mature panel. While in the name of esports phones, what really makes sense is the improvement of the response speed. The Black Shark 2 Pro features a 240 Hz touch sampling rate, while the ROG Phone 2 features a 120 Hz refresh rate besides the 240 Hz touch sampling rate. Asus claims its touch latency of 49 milliseconds is the lowest of any phone, but the Black Shark claims a lower one, 34.7 milliseconds. It means that literally both phones can sample your touch actions within 4.17 milliseconds for their same sampling rate. And the ROG Phone 2 can display every frame for 8.3 milliseconds with a 120 Hz refresh rate, while the Black Shark 2 Pro refresh every single frame for 16.6 milliseconds. As a result, during gaming, we probably can have 8.3 milliseconds ahead on the ROG Phone 2 to display an enemy. No doubt from their experience on PC gaming, the higher refresh rate really makes a difference on the gaming display and gaming operation. From a single test, we can also feel the latency improvement caused by the hardware difference. However, we just only discussed the display elements, just one of the elements that impacts the response time. Other elements like network connection, individual talent and personal sense are also important to gaming experience, of course. Beyond the gaming experience, we also have concerns about the display for the daily use. 120 Hz refresh rate definitely causes an obvious improvement in system fluency, while 60 Hz is also not bad because it's still a mainstream feature in most flagships. Meanwhile, a larger size of display features the same 1080p resolution, which does make the ROG Phone 2 look much grainier in detail. In addition, under low light conditions, only the Black Shark 2 Pro features DC dimming, which can reduce the eye damage and the discomfort when watching the display for a long time. Under the default settings, their color deviation both were controlled well. Under the standard mode with the same P3 color gamut, the Black Shark 2 Pro reaches a gamut coverage at 97.9% and average delta E at 2.5, while the figures for the ROG Phone 2 are 97.8% and 2.2. But please notice that the higher refresh rate would have a minor impact on the color deviation of the ROG Phone 2. For their performance, both smartphones upgraded their CPU to the Snapdragon 855 Plus and the flash memory to the new standard UFS 3.0, which just makes the smartphones much more fluid in operation and really makes them worthy of the title of gaming smartphones, especially for their eSport hardware title. In Andro Bench, they both reach an almost double sequence read and write speed compared to most phones with UFS 2.1 memory, and the Snapdragon 855 Plus has claimed an improvement at 15% compared to the previous 855. In Geekbench app, the results of CPU performance are also at the same highest level amongst all the phones. Otherwise, the Black Shark 2 Pro comes with 12 GB of RAM for both models and starts at 2,999 yuan, while the ROG Phone 2 comes with 8 GB for the standard version, but starts at 3,499 yuan. So in that department, the Black Shark 2 Pro takes the lead. After having so many gaming boost features, we are quite looking forward to their actual performance in gaming. But it's worth noticing that different brands have their unique optimized solution on software. The Black Shark 2 Pro features the Shark Space with a physical button to switch the running environment. When the Shark Space turns on, the Black Shark 2 Pro will totally become a mobile gaming console. The Space not just brings users performance boost, but also presents specific gaming data and record your gaming highlight moments in certain games, such as PUBG Mobile. For the ROG Phone 2, you can have a dashboard called Genie to monitor your phone states when playing any games. And to simplify gamers' operation on mobile phones, both models have their special solutions. The Black Shark 2 Pro features a 3D Master Touch, while the ROG Phone 2 has 2 touch buttons on the upper frame. These two designs are made to free your thumbs with a more natural reaction without much learning cost as assistant operation. With the help of all the features we just discussed, these two phones no doubt are leading the race of gaming performance. In a PUBG gaming test, they both stably maintain at 59 to 60 frames per second without any sensible latency. But that's only because that's the maximum allowed frame rate for PUBG Mobile. So, we continuously test their performance in Honkai Impact 3 and Nemean Legends Bright Ridge. Thanks to the 120 Hz refresh rate, the ROG Phone 2 can reach around 70 to 90 frames per second, while the Black Shark 2 Pro can get to a frame rate of 60 frames per second due to the 60 Hz refresh rate. In Bright Ridge, with highest graphic settings, a hardware killer, the average frame rate of Black Shark 2 Pro is 27 frames per second, while the figure on the ROG Phone 2 is 32 frames per second. Thanks to the larger display, the ROG Phone 2 comes with 6000 mAh battery, while the Xiaomi Black Shark 2 Pro has a 4000 mAh battery, which is also great. But even with the higher refresh rate from the display in the ROG Phone 2, The endurance is still better for the ROG, so it takes the lead even with that. For a half-hour gaming test, the ROG Phone 2 consumes 6% of power, while the Black Shark 2 consumes 10%. Both of them supports fast charge, but the standard version of the ROG Phone only includes an 18 watts charger, while the 30 watts charger is only included in a higher version. For the Black Shark 2 Pro, both versions have a 27 watts charger. With this 27 watts charger, the Black Shark 2 Pro takes 70 minutes to get a full charge, while the ROG Phone, the figure is 90 minutes with the 30 watts charger and 110 minutes with the 18 watts charger. The ROG Phone 2 has a 3.5mm jack right here at the bottom, but the Black Shark 2 Pro doesn't. However, they both have dual speakers, so let's test it out and hear how it sounds. Other features for gaming hardware like RGB lights and accessory support are also important selling points for both gaming phones. But it seems that the Asus ROG is much more mature to carry their solutions from PC to mobile phone. A larger RGB logo, one more exclusive data and charge ports for accessories connection like dual display base and gaming base makes it more like a complete platform for gamers, but of course it also costs a bunch of money. If you're not going to pay much attention to mobile games, it probably is not very practical. On the other side, the Black Shark has also released some basic accessories such as a Switch-like controller and Bluetooth earphone, so it can also satisfy your passion for mobile gaming. Beyond gaming performance, their cameras actually are not a compromise since they both have the flagship camera IMX586. But in this review, we are just focusing on the gaming related features, so we're not going to discuss it. All you need to know is that their cameras are also worthy of the price. The ROG Phone 2 stands out more as a pure and aggressive gaming smartphone that has all the maturity from the gaming scene, from the PC gaming as well. While the Black Shark 2 Pro, it's kind of more balanced between pure hardcore gaming but also good for the average user. Also, it's a new player in the scene. Meanwhile, consider the price as well before you make your decision. That's very important. And that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching, and remember to like our video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and it really means a lot to us. Thank you, I'm Daniel, and see you next time.